And, I'm summarize this for y'all. I'm going to help y'all out today. I'm looking at camera that one.
Tell them.
We're tired of being underappreciated. We're tired of having our vulnerability weaponized. We're tired of having our preferences demonized while your preferences are being celebrated and empowered. We're tired of being told you're broke. No matter how much money we make, it's never enough for some people.
Or you're broken.
We're tired of people telling us we're emotionally unavailable when in actuality, we're just relating to you the best way we know how. We're tired of people telling us that we're not enough. All right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Sippin' on Excellence. And I am Dr. Lionel Hunt, and I'm here always not by myself, but with my dog, my main dude, my motherfucker, y'all.
Coach KJ.
Yeah, this is, as I said, Sippin' on Excellence, where we basically talk about everything and anything under the sun, from politics to religion to sex to relationships.
To getting your life right with a little bit of medicine.
All of that. So let's dive in and let's get this medicine, y'all.
All right. What's going on, man?
Man, not a lot, man. Not a lot, but a whole lot.
Okay.
It's just
Okay. Tell me about
life,
it.
man.
Let's talk about it, man.
Life, man. It's just work, health, all the above kind of comes in its waves, and you just kind of
ebbs and flows.
You deal with it, and then it makes me come up with shit to talk about because we got shit to talk about, y'all.
Yeah, man. I always got something to talk about, something to punch you in the mouth with.
How you doing besides your car blowing up?
Well, ain't blown up. It's just kind of
shit don't work right now.
Yeah, it's chugging. I'm good, man. I'm good. Just just working out there, hitting it, punching them. Having a lot of conversations these days.
That's
a lot of talks.
That's what life's about.
Yeah.
Talks lead to action, man. At least it should be. As you know, y'all, when we don't have a guest, Coach and I just fire back at each other.
Yeah.
And just
we was on the booking appointment thing, but
it's time to take a little break and get back to us, and then that way y'all don't get too used to just having everybody here. But no, the guests are coming.
Yeah.
We work on their times as well as ours, and
Correct.
when it's convenient for both parties.
Correct.
I was listening to a podcast, I think it was a few days ago, and somebody was talking about being an expert at something. And what popped into my mind is, what makes you an expert? Like, what makes you an expert at anything? And it was a conversation that some dudes were having with a woman, and she was speaking on how men are and what men think, because she's a PhD and is a therapist, so she's an expert in that field.
She's an expert in the field of talking to men, or she's an expert in the field of psychology. So she knows the mind based off of past traumas, things like that, knows a lot of theory, but she is now an expert on men and how they think and act.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? That's how the conversation...
That's how the conversation went.
Okay.
And the dudes asked her outright, what makes you an expert?
Okay.
Because she was fine. Well, men do this, and so that's why they do that, and blah, 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 blah. You know how we always talk about how we get sick of men saying what women think, and how we get sick of saying how women say men think.
Correct.
But this was the first time I heard somebody call themselves an expert on how men think. That's not a man. And I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
And when they asked, her response was, well, I have a PhD.
So you know what that's like? You grew up watching Showtime at the Apollo, right?
Yeah.
And when people get up there and they sound bad, but they sing gospel, so you don't boo them, it's like, it's that backup. It's like, if I sing gospel, you're not going to, I got a little bit of credit. I can stay up here without getting scattered off. So her saying I have a PhD is allowing her to not get scattered off the stage. You miss me with that, man.
Dude, it was a chuckle because the dudes was like, then I'm not buying that.
Let me give you a great example. I have a good friend of mine, very, very dear friend, graduated together from Morehouse. He has a PhD, psychology. His mom was a PhD. I think his father as well, psychology, all psychologists. After he divorced his first wife, and he was, single father of two, and he put a lot of energy into the development of and connection of men with their daughters, especially, and raising a daughter and helping them understand. And they're like, and he used to get a lot of kickback, like, well, what do you know about little girls? What do you know about daughters? He said, you think you're an expert on it. And he used to get that feedback a lot of time. He said, I'm not an expert on it, but I'm seasoned in this area because I know it's not an easy thing, especially for men. Coming from a male standpoint. I'm coming into this situation from a male standpoint, not from I know what little girls need, but they do need their daddies. And he's like, this is where I'm coming from versus I'm an expert.
It always gets me too when people say, I know something. I know what you need. Instead of saying, in my opinion, I'm assuming this is what you need based on what you're showing me, X, Y, and Z. I don't know for a fact that's what you need.
Or based on my experience of what I've worked with.
Right. Doesn't mean I know.
Yeah.
I would never tell somebody, I know this is what you need. In my experience, I think this is what would be beneficial for you, or this might change your life, or this may help. Mm-hmm. People look at me as an expert in what I do every day, and I still tell people, this is what I think would help you. I never say this is what you need. It's very rare that I say this is what you need. Do you need to exercise? Yes, you do.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm not going to say you need to do this, this, and this. I think it may benefit you if you did this, this, and this. It's a way of saying things, so that way I'm not coming off as I know everything.
Yeah, like a trainer.
Because that shit ain't true.
Trainers do the same thing.
Yeah.
It's well, this is the way you should. Whoa.
Slow your roll.
Whoa, slow your roll. This is the way that my experience, this is the way I've handled clients that have a similar situation that you're in, weight gain, weight loss, having trouble in certain areas. This is what's worked for me on my behalf with the people I work with. I think people confuse knowledge versus wisdom. You can have all the fucking knowledge in the world, but you have no wisdom. You have you have no seasonings. You know what I'm saying?
You read a book.
You know the barbecue ribs have been sitting in the refrigerator for a day or two and then pull them back out.
I mean, there's no cookbook that tells you to do that. It just says, sprinkle a tablespoon of this. When your grandmama used to put a pinch of something.
Right.
Is it your pinch or my pinch? Pinch until it tastes right.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. That's how you massage
knowledge and wisdom are two totally different things, man.
It's crazy. And so when we start talking about these people that think they're experts and they keep saying they're experts, I'm always baffled by how many people listen to them. And they listen, in my opinion, or somebody's considered an expert just because they are known for doing something. Mm-hmm. Or they're on TV, so they must be an expert.
Absolutely.
Or I do a lot of something, so I must be an expert.
They're based in something.
And I'm like, where does that come from?
And we're in an era where everything, either you are the expert or you're either leading or you're following. Nobody challenges the leader.
No.
No one challenges it. The leader doesn't allow his followers to challenge him.
No, I think a good leader wants his followers to challenge him, because then it makes him become a better leader. If you challenge someone's leadership, you have to show them why they should follow you.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're never being challenged,
then don't just stay in the pulpit. Come on down with everybody folk, with the rest of folk. They use that word folk.
Here's the funny thing. We look at these people that we put into leadership positions, right? I'm gonna set you up, coach, so you should succeed. And you're gonna have this group of people following you. And they're like, all right, he's at this round table, he's now coaching these people, and now he's growing. Mm-hmm. And we're watching him grow. What is it about people that now that you're winning, whoa.
You've gone too far.
Why are you winning so much? Mm-hmm. Let's take it simpler. You got a sports team. Let's just call it the Lakers. You're winning, cool. You win 1 championship. I'm a Laker fan, great. You win 2 championships. You win 3 championships. Oh, now people start to hate you because you're winning too much. Why is it that we as people hate on success? We want to see you win as long as you don't win too much.
Just crabs in the barrel, man.
But it's across society.
Yeah.
And it's not because I'm not winning, so I don't want to see you win. It's just I don't want to see you win a lot. You can win some, but I don't want to see you win a lot. Mm-hmm. It's like you hate me because I'm successful, but yet you want me to be successful, but just on your terms, not too successful. Mm-hmm. You see how stupid that shit sounds, y'all? But it's true, right? Why do we hate on people for becoming successful? And you see it mostly amongst friends.
Oh, yes.
You see it mostly in circles. If somebody in that circle starts to become, and people say, oh, because they've changed. Did they change, or did you change the way you see them?
Yeah. And if they did change, did they change or they elevated?
And I heard somebody once say, "You're damn right, I changed. Why should I become successful? I can't become successful and stay the same.
Why should I stay the same? My behavior is not the same. I look at things differently.
I'm still me, but I've grown.
I receive information differently. There's a component that comes along with this level of success. You can't do the exact same thing.
Right.
And thinking, oh, well, I got this level of success, but I'm be in the streets with my boys doing this, or I got all this extra time. I'm going to hang out. I'm going to go party.
Oh, look, he's too good for us. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you hate me because I'm doing well. This part of this conversation came up because I was talking about how my brother and I were in high school, how we were hated on by a bunch of different groups. You have white people, black people. And we talked about this before, where didn't really mix a lot unless you played sports, right? Yeah. So we all got along. But there were black people in our community who didn't like us because we were smart and we had white friends and we had black friends, and we spoke a certain vernacular or whatever. And people was like, oh, you're trying to be white.
Yeah.
And you had white people don't like you because you're black. Yeah. And then you played sports and everybody was cool with you there. And it was one of those things where you dislike me because I'm smart and I'm doing well in school, and you get mad at me because I know how to code switch. Mm-hmm. When you can do the same. You can go to school. You can read a book. Mm-hmm. I can still communicate with you over here, and I can still communicate in the real world over here. Yeah. But why is that looked upon as a negative? Why? Because we said this before. People doing as well or you or better than you never hate on you. Mm-hmm. It's like, you want to not be a hater, do better.
Why does it have to be code switching? I mean, I get it.
It's like speaking another language.
Yeah, I know.
It's one of those things. If you, and I don't mind, you got to switch it up in certain rooms.
Yeah.
You know, until you reach a level of success, you have to be able to code switch. Then once you reach a level of success, like, for example, let's talk about it in the doctor world.
Okay.
I know doctors that speak to patients using big words and throwing out medical terms, and they speak the same way to doctors. And I'm just like, do you think that makes you look smarter, or does it make it look like you're talking down to a patient when a patient doesn't want to look like they don't understand, so they won't ask questions. They'll just walk out not understanding.
Because at the end of the day, a patient, the only thing they want is feel better.
And so what I've learned over the years is I'm going to dumb it down and talk to everybody like they're six, whether you're a colleague or whether you're a patient. Why? Because the patient will understand, so the damn sure the colleague's going to understand. And if you think I don't sound smart to you, I could give a shit if you as my colleague don't think I'm smart. Mm-hmm. My patients know I'm smart, and that's all that matters. Mm-hmm. But you have to obtain a level of respect and to reach that point.
We both go through it. I mean,
for sure.
You know, because the training world, you know, get the trainers, especially the ones that become strength and conditioning coaches or whatever, and they talk to a certain core group of people, and they're amongst other trainers. They use a lot of big words. You know, there's my QL, my you know, my like, yeah, my
and you want to be like, dude, that ain't your QL.
Yeah, exactly.
It's your glute medius, but
yeah,
right. But I'm gonna let you think that's your QL.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you even know what QL stands for? Probably not. But I'm gonna
or TFL.
Good try.
You're like, come on, man.
Like this, my TFL.
Pretty much,
right?
You're like,
cool,
but it's just keep it layman's, man.
Yeah.
Keep it simple.
And the thing is, people act like they don't know. Like, we don't know when they're doing bullshit. Mm-hmm. You know when you're doing bullshit. I know when I'm doing bullshit. So people definitely know when you're doing bullshit.
Absolutely.
Just because somebody doesn't say shit doesn't mean that they don't think or know you're doing bullshit. They're just gonna let you walk away and be like, he ain't shit. Yeah. Right? Think about it.
How many times have we gone through that in the gym around people? You know, I'm like this. You see my eyebrow go up. Okay.
And usually,
cool.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, one of the quickest ways to spot somebody who is doing bullshit is the one who has to tell you all the time how great they are.
Yeah.
Why must you tell me constantly how great you are at something? Mm. Who are you competing with? Why are you telling? What?
Right.
I'm going to start to think you probably aren't that great, and so you have to really tell me. But it's those people who are doing bullshit that try to put up the smoke and mirrors that say, but look how great I am. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that shit's not cool.
No, that don't work with me either, man. And it never will. But it happens every day. All day. We're around them all.
All the time. Uh-huh. Was listening to CNN today, or one of these other news outlets. I can't remember which one it was. And I started thinking to myself on this line of people know they're doing bullshit. It's you're lying and me calling you out on a lie and you doubling down on it doesn't all of a sudden make it the truth. Mm-hmm. And you see it all the time, especially in politics. It's like, you know you're doing bullshit. You just got caught on your bullshit. Now you're going to double down and lie again. And it's not party dependent. This happens to everybody.
You don't get a blue check mark.
No. This isn't blue or red.
This doesn't verify you.
No. It's like, and the thing is, it's not, and this isn't Democrats, Republicans.
No.
All these cats.
It's everyone.
And it's like, you think if you spin the lie and you double down on it, just because you believe it's true, just because you say it's true and you believe it's true and you want to believe it's true, doesn't make it the truth.
Right.
Like, if I lie to you, or if I lie to the public and you're my boy, you kind of know I'm lying. But you hear me double down on it and say, nah, dude, it's not a lie. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, he's not lying because he said it's true.
Do you think those people, they lie, get to the point they lie so much that even in their personal lives, the people that are closest to them, they begin to lie to them all the time as well?
Oh, liars don't just lie to one set of people. Like people who when you start telling so many lies, you start to believe your own lies. Yeah. You start lying to yourself like, shit, maybe I did do that. Yeah. You know? And so as you go through life, you start telling all these lies, it becomes, the truth escapes you because you don't even know what's true anymore.
Right.
Like when people in Hollywood start getting so dive deep into a role that's not true, sometimes they lose themselves and they become that character. In real life, people who lie so much become this character instead of who they are. Mm-hmm. And it just...
Like I saw recently, and I don't want to name the celebrity. The celebrity said that this person within this family gave me the nod and was so helpful and beneficial to me working through this performance. And what ended up happening was that family member came out and said, no, that didn't happen. We didn't talk at all. We may have said hello. I appreciate you doing the movie. That was it. I was like, wow. So that means he worked up the nerve to be able to say that within the interview because he's so caught into his storytelling.
Right.
He created a story wrapped around it. Probably by just sheer eye contact with the person. That's it. It's like, oh, this is a story I'm going to tell. I got with interviewer. Let me go ahead.
Right. Let me write this out.
This sounds good.
Oh, man. We're going to switch gears a little bit because I got shit to talk about.
Okay.
Something I heard and that we constantly keep hearing is emotional availability. Like, what is that? I hear it all the time. And I'm like, oh, well, this person's not emotionally available.
What does that mean?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
Emotionally I'm trying to form words around it. Like, how could it? Let's give it legs.
I'm gonna Google it while we giving it legs.
You Google it. Emotional availability. It's like you're saying that this person is physically here, but they're not present to you at all. So that means they're not able to respond to you. They're not able to speak to you. Mm-hmm. They're not able to hear you, listen, whatever you want to call it. They're just not present at all.
That's about right. AI says the ability to form and maintain emotional connections in relationships. Now, I always thought you don't define something by using the word that you're trying to define. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Emotional availability is being able to maintain an emotional connection. It involves being open and present to understand, empathize with, and reciprocate the emotions of others. It's a key component of any relationship. Here's my question and my just why men are always being told that we're emotionally unavailable. And is it because we don't have the same emotional connections that you have with us as men towards women? How you connect with me is going to be very different than how I connect with you. Mm-hmm. And so am I ever going to be emotionally available enough for you? Remember how we always talk about how is it ever enough? And they want you to be open, vulnerable. You got to celebrate them. You got to do all this stuff, support them. But then that vulnerability becomes weaponized. We never weaponize a woman's vulnerability. But how often does a woman weaponize what we tell them in a moment of vulnerability? All the time. But yet, they wonder why we kind of back off or in their mind become unavailable. Is it, I just need a minute?
Yeah.
Or am I truly unavailable?
Or even in those moments of, because anytime you're sharing, at the end of the day,
or the beginning,
sharing is a vulnerable state. I don't care what you say, however you say it, it's still a vulnerable state because you're sharing an aspect of yourself that is meaningful to you, and that person in front of you is meaningful to you as well.
Right.
So you want them to have an understanding, whether it's good news, bad news, in between news, whatever that news or information, something that you don't like, whatever. But when it's turned back on you, when it's whoosh, that whip, you're like, and you go,
it's used against you.
Well, and then what happens is, and let alone being scarred for years, especially at our age, being scarred for years of dealing with different relationships, and that has happened when you didn't share. When you don't share,
well,
you it's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, and then you wonder why. Well, hell, suicide, drugs, alcohol, whatever it is, because you're bottled up.
Well, and I can't tell you everything, and the reason why is because I tell you from the beginning of time, with men dealing with women, even meeting women, meeting people in general, men face rejection throughout life, whether it's on the job, whether it's in relationships, and we're expected to just accept it. Think about it. Men are expected to accept rejection. How often do women get rejected? And if a woman is rejected, most of the time we're expected to give them a soft landing. Right?
Put a pillow underneath.
Yeah, it's I walk up to a woman and I'm like, hey, whatever, trying to start a conversation, get away from me. I'm not interested. Men don't do that. If I'm not interested in you, I will still be like, hey, pleasure to meet you. How are you? Oh, you want to? No, I'm okay. I'm married or whatever it may be. That's that soft landing of rejection for them. Mm-hmm. But for us, we're expected to just take it. And so we suffer through the scars of rejection so much that after a while, those who get rejected more just stop trying because they're like, I'm happier just not dealing with it.
There's a couple of components to that because what happens is, our generation, we've gone through a lot of rejection, so we develop a little tougher skin.
Yeah.
So we're not really worried about it. You're like, well,
there were no participation trophies.
Right. But now, the generations now, they don't want to be put in a position to be rejected
at all.
They're not ready to be rejected. They don't develop that tough skin, that exoskeleton, skeletal toughness.
They don't have to be tough.
We're not turtles. You know what I'm saying? They're not tough, and then they're wondering why men are softer now.
Well, also, if you think about it too, I think higher quality men or good dudes are getting rejected for less than they would have gotten rejected for back in the past. Mm-hmm. And the reason, here's my thought, my opinion, y'all, not facts. Money has become our standard.
Okay.
And it's interesting when a man has his own standard of beauty that he will look for.
Okay.
A dude who is, most dudes know how to fight in their weight class. We talked about this before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Most dudes know, like, you know what? I'm going to like who likes me. A lot of women have become delusional by thinking, like everybody else, there's a financial bar that every dude has to meet. And I heard somebody say, a broke man shouldn't date. And I was just like, broke by whose standards?
Right. What does that mean?
A millionaire is broke in a billionaire's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And so are you saying because he lives paycheck to paycheck, he doesn't deserve to have a partner that's going to live paycheck to paycheck with him and help him grow? So he should just be by himself? You do know that the dude that you're chasing, 99% of the people in the world have less. But yet, I think the internet and social media has gotten to a point where a lot of people think everyone looks like an Instagram model that's attainable, and everybody drives a Lamborghini that they think is attainable. I can get that dude because they're everywhere. I can get that girl because they're everywhere. And I think now, even the quote unquote broke woman, because no woman sees herself as broke and no woman will call her friend broke, but will call a man broke, even if he's got a good job.
Yeah. Because the best, to me, the best shit on the internet is that balloon. Pop
the balloon thing.
And it just to see the level of retaliation. And say, well, what was wrong with her? And he'll go, she's just not my type. And his term, that was based off of his value. That was based off of his standard. Not anything else, not how she looked. He don't want to, and that's the soft landing as well.
Yes.
For her, she's like, well, I don't like his shoes, and he spits when he talks, and he's got a belly, and well, you got a belly too, but he didn't say anything about that. You know, it's like there's all the little things. It's like instead of just sitting with and say, oh, okay, I understand. But when it happens to the man, he go, oh, okay. I'm not, well, he's just on my type because of this, the whole breakdown.
Yeah.
When they pop the balloon, he's like, okay, cool.
So the concept of a broke man shouldn't date, but yet a broke woman can, I look at it as, oh, a broke man can't date because he can't treat you the way you want to be treated right now, but a broke woman could date because she's not expected to bring anything but herself. There's the expectations in the dating world are very different.
Happy for you.
A man should be expected to be on his grind to achieve more. But for some reason, a broke woman shouldn't be on her grind to achieve more. Or is her on her grind to achieve more is trying to achieve a not broke man. You know what I mean? It's like, it's odd to hear a woman say that about a man. I'll tell dudes all day, get your money right before you go chasing abroad. Just get your finances right, get your mind right, be on your purpose. You ain't got to be wealthy. Just be on your purpose.
Yeah.
Before you start looking for a woman who's going to sort of distract you a little bit, because we're distractions to one another, but you should still be on purpose. You know,
because the distractions is different as it comes to us, as it comes to you.
But to say broke people shouldn't date, that's the dumbest shit ever.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard that and I was like,
yeah, that doesn't make sense.
It makes no sense. No. And it's it's funny that you hear people say about women chasing money and they only go after dudes with a certain thing. And so men shouldn't lead with money and they won't have to expect women to want something from them.
But that's what they expect.
Okay, I feel you.
Sounds good in theory.
It sounds good in theory. But here's the thing. Everybody's got a phone in their hand. Mm-hmm. The minute you tell them your name, you're getting Googled.
You're getting Googled. Yeah. They're going to look you up.
They're going to look and see what job you have, whatever. And all of a sudden, they're looking to see, not if he's a good guy, they're looking to see what is his ability to provide. What is his financial viability? And any woman that tells you they don't seek that. And somebody asked me, well, what's the difference between a gold digger? I was like, a gold digger is somebody who that's all they seek.
Yeah.
I won't knock a woman if that aspect is just an aspect of what they want. Mm-hmm. That if that's all the man has, then they'll still be with him. Yeah. But if that's all he has and nothing else, she's like, I'm out. Why? Because she's not a gold digger.
Yeah.
So I will never knock a woman for wanting a dude that's on his shit.
Is it
because
hard?
That's sexy.
Yeah. Is it hard to date?
Dating's easy.
Okay.
And the reason why I say dating's easy, because the physical act of dating is easy.
Okay.
Enjoying that shit, first dates suck. Well, and I'll tell you why. Because you're having the same fucking 2020 interview. And it's like, I just look at people like this. Stop asking me shit that you can go online and read about. Let's have a real conversation. Let's just talk. Stop asking me questions about what do I do, and you know what I do.
Do you feel like you have to lead that conversation most of the time?
Y'all are going to hate me for this one. Women in general need to be led. They don't respect you if you don't lead. It's that simple. How you leading is not dominating. Leading is not commanding. Leading is just taking direction.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I always we always ask women to be decisive in what they want in a man. And because we always talk about how a woman, you look at the man she says she wants and the man she's with are never the same dude. And it's, well, why can't they just, this is what I want. Y'all gonna hate me for this one too, y'all. How many times do you say, what do you want to eat? And they can't decide. And that's something that they do every day is eat. So when you ask, what do you want in a man? You can't expect them to know everything they want in a man. You can't expect somebody, because they're not decisive. They're not decisive by nature because they go with where emotion takes them. Mm-hmm. I saw this conversation, and it was kind of like the thing we did with what women dislike and what men dislike. Remember that thing? So I think it was one of these pop the balloon kind of scenarios, right? And then the conversation afterwards was, let's ask 50 women after they went on these first dates that did not want to go on a second date. Why not?
Okay.
And then they asked dudes the same question. Why not? Dudes came up with 2 or 3 things. Oh, this is why I don't want to go on. The women came up with like 30 or 40 things each.
That's exactly
he wore a brown belt with black shoes. He did this. He did that.
That's exactly.
And it's so wild.
That no matter how many different ways you can do that form of interview or questioning, that you will always come up with the exact same rhyme and reason. And
there was a laundry list of things that were, I can't go out with him again because of. Whereas the dudes came up with like 2 or 3 things like, yeah, she's just not my type, or the energy wasn't there. it was never anything specific like, well, I didn't like her left eyebrow. That was arched a little different than the right and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Because we don't care about none of that shit.
Saying nipples would point two different directions.
We don't care about none of that. Because if we get to see them, we're happy. But in general, it was so interesting that laundry list was so superficial because there was no in-depth after a first date. But like pop the balloon because he walked out and I didn't like the way he wore his hair today. Mm-hmm. You hear all these things and it's so very true. Whereas a dude would be like, yeah, she's just not my type.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything against her, but yet rejection.
We're not going to attack his character. We're not going to attack their character.
Right.
They're going to make a characteristic flaw
but yet,
us.
As soon as the rejection happens, it is now an attack on his character.
Yeah.
Well, you're too short for me anyway, and you're this and you're that.
Which is
Instead of just saying, you know what? I'm not vibing you. It's okay.
Yeah. And that goes back to why we end up shutting down. A lot of times we end up shutting down. It's a fact. And think back to the scars from all those rejections and all those kicks and all those you ain't. Because there's always somebody you ain't or you did or you ain't. One or the other.
Or, for example, I heard somebody say, you're just not my type. Would you date her? Nah, I wouldn't date her. You're just not my type. What is your type? Well, I don't know, but I don't see it. And, well, you just do this. I make more money than you anyway. And here's the crazy thing amongst people, which I think is fucking insane. Your flex is always to go to, well, I make more money than you. Kenny, you're an asshole. And your response is, well, I make more money than you, so fuck it. But you're still an asshole.
You're still an asshole.
But people, that's because that's your flex.
Your assholeness is your defining quality.
but to hear a woman say that to a dude, well, I make more money than you. No, I'm just rejecting you because you're not my type.
Now you're really not my type.
But because you got rejected, you now want to point out you make more money than me. I don't care. I don't want you anyway.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how much money you make. We're in a group with people. If I disagree with what you're saying, and you're like, well, I make more money than you. I'm more successful than you. What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Nothing.
In the dating world, it got me thinking. In the dating world, that is the expert. That's the default phrase. I make more money, or I do XYZ, or whatever it is that puts more value. I got to one up you because you just hurt my feelings.
I make X amount of dollars, so you should want me. I'm a millionaire. Why don't you want me?
Even though I didn't do anything to hurt your feelings. I just said we don't vibe together.
You're missing out because I make money.
That sucks, bro.
We place so much value on money that we can't see anything else as a society. And that's kind of shitty.
Yeah, because you're missing out on human connection.
And I heard somebody say, talking about people that don't have. Most people that don't have shit aren't looking for a handout. Most people that don't have shit are looking for an opportunity.
Absolutely.
And they don't have shit because they haven't been given that opportunity. I don't know anybody that there's going to be random people that say, give me $1. But I don't know anybody who's working in life who is asking for some assistance and working hard just because they want a handout. Most people want an opportunity. Give me the opportunity. I'm going to walk through the door and do better. But give me the opportunity to do better, because people like to say certain cultures only looking for handouts. No, we're looking for opportunities. And since everybody makes it about money, give me the opportunity to make more money instead of just giving me $5.
Right.
And I think this came up when I heard somebody talking about reparations. And what people don't understand, it's not just about reparations. It's about changing what's been happening in this country forever. Not come and say, give every black person 50 grand and we're good. Because you give me 50 grand, there are still certain places where I can't go cash that check without you putting a hold on it for 20 days. Because of the color of my skin, you're going to wonder where I got it. So you haven't really made up for what's been happening. All you've done is given me 50 grand. You haven't changed the opportunity on how I can spend it. I still can't get a bank loan at a decent interest rate because you gave me 50 grand. So it's not about...
Let alone the redlining.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much that goes into it.
Yeah.
And so nobody's looking for... There's people that are looking for a handout, but most people want an opportunity to just be successful. They want the opportunity to kind of push that agenda forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? And it's just, it's so silly because now we keep going in this cycle of, I want, you're not going to give me the opportunity, so just give it to me. And I will say, you know, that's probably a lot on us as well as black people, because we don't make ourselves heard in a manner that we should be heard. We make ourselves heard in a manner that they want to hear us. We've been given certain stereotypes, and I always tell people, if you want a stereotype to go away, stop being a walking, living stereotype.
It's pretty simple.
If you want to be not looked at as a loud, obnoxious American when you travel, stop being a loud, obnoxious American when you travel. You know?
Don't be what they expect.
No. If you don't want to be the angry black man for no reason, stop being the angry black man for no reason. You know? Because as long as you keep perpetuating the stereotype,
it's never going to go away.
Stereotypes come from somewhere.
Yeah.
And so we all live certain aspects of a stereotype.
Yeah. And
but it's up to you to show something different.
Because most of it is just learned behavior from what they see on television. That's the perpetuation of it. You know what I mean? They have no true experience with it. It's just what has been given to most people have that stereotype idea because that's what's been given to them by videos, by Instagram, by TV shows, by reality TV shows. That's the idea of everyone. That's just like when we always talk about the idea of black men and being fathers.
Yeah.
There's a larger percentage of black men that are in their child's lives than the ones that are not. A heavier, way heavier percentage. But we're going to take that little squish and say, they ain't shit.
Right. And then you talk about the family unit breaking up and how the fathers aren't around or whatever it may be. And somebody said, oh, well, these guys bounce because they're tired of being a provider. And I'm just like, fuck that noise. Are they tired of providing, or are they tired of not being appreciated for providing? And so you get tired of not being appreciated, you stop providing. If I do something all the time and nobody says thank you or the appreciation is just not there, I'm going to stop doing something. And so it's not that I'm tired of being a provider.
Yeah.
I'm tired of being underappreciated because shit that's expected of me is very different than shit that's expected of her. It's facts. And so because of that, at a certain point in time, we as men say, fuck it. Because we're just like, you know what? Enough's enough. And nowadays, a lot of men are getting to the point where they're not saying fuck it. They're just like, I'm not even going to go there because I know I'm not going to be appreciated for it, so I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Meet it before it even gets there.
You know, and if, God forbid, a man brings up his expectations, well, you want me to do this, I expect you to do that. Mm-hmm. His expectations are looked upon as controlling, are frowned upon, are looked at as almost abusive, right? For having expectations. But a woman's preferences and expectations are empowering, are celebrated. She has standards, and she won't accept a man to do less for her. She won't accept any man just coming to her. Mm-hmm. She don't have shit, but she just won't accept any man. Whereas he doesn't have shit, but he's doing everything in his power. He's expected to sacrifice everything for her, while she's not expected to sacrifice at all. Now, before y'all come to me, we're not talking about kids. Yeah. Say we've reached a point where there's no kids involved.
We're not even there yet.
There's no kids involved. We're not having kids. Say kids are off the table.
It's just the formation of a relationship.
Say the relationship's happened. You're there.
You're in it.
Neither one of you are having kids, so you're not sacrificing your body for him to have to bear y'all's children, not his children, y'all's children. Because they always like to say, I had your kids. No, you had our kids. Mm-hmm. So take that off the table. Now it's just you and him. Happy wife, happy life comes from somewhere. A man will sacrifice everything to keep the peace and keep her happy. What is she sacrificing? Now, I'm not saying you guys don't, but what is it? What are you sacrificing? Take away the family aspect. What are you sacrificing?
And to add to that,
people are going to come at me.
The level of expectation that she has on him in that relationship most of the time wasn't even shared with him, that's what was needed of him until they're in it. It's, the oh, woo, 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 we in it, we together, the song and dance, the my representative, your representative have met, now we're together so we can, we can walk in the door, we can put the representatives aside.
Yeah.
But the true person, the true people are now coming forth, and I have these expectations. And I didn't know you had those expectations of me.
He gets into this relationship and he's expected to now, she enjoys the opera or she enjoys this or she enjoys that. And I can't stand any of those things, but I'm expected to, you know what? Yeah. I'm going to do it because you enjoy it. I'm sacrificing my time, my happiness to do that, right?
Or sometimes we'll just go, you know what? I'll experience it. Why not?
Right. But let it flip the script. I hate sports. Oh, why don't you go watch it with your boys? I'm not going to suffer through this. It's you do what makes me happy, and I'm going to do what makes me happy. It's never, I'm going to sacrifice my happiness a little bit or just do something I don't want to do just so because I know it makes you happy. Very rare that happens the other way around. And people say men are selfish. I think women are a little more selfish than men.
Oh, yeah.
I do. I really do.
I do, and because what happens, especially for us, a lot of times, and maybe not necessarily in the whole emotional aspect, but it is a level of emotion. Let's say she's down. There's down moments, whatever. You are learning to pour into her. You pour in. You fill those gaps. So that way, it's all soft. It's all good. When she's feeling good, what happens to the now? Well, you didn't do this. There's you poured into me. Now I'm going to pour on you. There's something missing. There's an aspect missing. Mm-hmm. Well, I just gave you. I just poured into you. Well, I hear you here. I appreciate that. but I need this right now. So we're overlooking what I just did because that void has been filled. But this happens to be a little bit of a void right now. I need more me time with us. I need more this. I need more. It's always one little aspect that's like, and it's like, damn, I can't get a breath from this one? You know how much energy that took?
No.
You know, hey, I had to dig deep for that one.
Yeah, and you know, I'm summarize this for y'all. I'm gonna help y'all out today. I'm looking at camera that one.
Tell them.
We're tired of being underappreciated. We're tired of having our vulnerability weaponized. We're tired of having our preferences demonized while your preferences are being celebrated and empowered. We're tired of being told you're broke. No matter how much money we make, it's never enough for some people.
Or you're broken.
Right. We're tired of people telling us we're emotionally unavailable when in actuality, we're just relating to you the best way we know how. Mm. We're tired of people telling us that we're not enough. We're tired of being 80% of what you want, but you feel like you're settling because we don't have the other 20%. And so if you wonder why a lot of people are just saying fuck it and are like, I'm good, that's why. Look in the mirror, change yourself. Your friends will appreciate you more. And this, you know, men and women alike. So women, that was for you. Men and women alike, listen to this. Look in the mirror, change yourself, be better, do better, and you'll be surprised how your world around you will appreciate you more. People will hate on you less. You'll hate on others less. And you'll be happier within. Be happy with self, and the rest will just fall into place.
Everything that you want out of a mate, a partner, a significant other, be that. That's it. It's nothing else. Just be it. Take a deep dive, be those things. And if you're looking for that person, all those things, be that. And that person will gravitate to you.
Stop feeling you settle when the person's not perfect. Because you will always feel like you settled for the rest of your life. And just understand, if you're settling, I promise you the other person's settling as well.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Oof.
On that note, y'all, it's been real. As y'all know, we're here every week sipping on excellence with Coach KJ and Doc. Y'all know where to find us.
Got my eyes open today.
Y'all know where to find us on our socials. Go check out SOE_podcast. Go check out podcastsoe.com. Coach KJ knows at Leonel Hunt. And go check out the Hunt Foundation, man. We're doing big things, thehuntfoundation.org. And on that note, see you when we see you. Deuces.